Hi, my name is Tim. I'm Senior Application Specialist at ATR Soft. In today's webinar, Francois will show you how you can use SharePoint to make collaboration more easy with both internal as well as external users. If you have any questions or feedback, you can use the chat in the GoToWebinar panel, but we are going to make room after the session for your questions to let you follow this presentation a little bit better. And I will also be asking a few questions to Francois during the presentation that you might be thinking about. We expect this webinar to be somewhere in the range of maybe 15 minutes. The webinar will be recorded and made available online later on. Okay. Let's get started. Integration to SharePoint can easily be done by using already available tools inside of CustomTools. If you do not already know what CustomTools is, then our focus is automating routines. We have built a very complete package covering many aspects of design process, and all are pretty tightly integrated. And you could argue that everything we offer is one package. We have more than 10,000 licenses globally, and we even have the customers to confirm our claims. ATR Soft is all about eliminating boring tasks and reducing errors. So in other words, we kill your routines before they kill you. Yeah. Files have a funny way of getting lost, all by themselves. So centralizing data will reduce cost. You don't have to randomly browse your network for files. You don't have to have these I feel lucky searches. You don't need to call your colleagues, or you don't need to do any rework. With with SharePoint, you can share data with others, and you can control permission as well as notifications when a new file is shared, updated, or deleted. You can create logical folders automatically from CustomTools, making it easy for people to find exactly the files that they need. The SharePoint is browser-based and is very easy to use and understand. While PowerPoint is really exciting, I think most of you want to see the fireworks presented by Francois. So Francois, would you like to show how this works?
Thank you, Tim. So I believe you should be able to see my screen, so you should have a SharePoint page on to see it.
Yeah, everything is good.
Okay, yeah. So thank you for the introduction, Tim, and we get started. So yes, so today the agenda today is to show you how we can integrate SolidWorks with SharePoint by using CustomTools. So there is it's just out of the box what I'm going to demo to you today. So there is no script or anything. So here I have my SharePoint where I'm going to run the file conversions by using CustomTools. So I can use the search in CustomTools. So for instance, I could search for let's search for our conveyor. So from the search results, I will be able to access the print and convert, and CustomTools will automatically retrieve all the files reference to that conveyor. So I'm going to select here the export to SharePoint here. So as you can see here, I have basically defined 5 different rules that were added here. So each of those rules have different purposes. So here I have the PDF purchase. So this is also one of the features that was introduced in CustomTools. So we have the template where we can combine multiple file conversion rules together, and also the filter. So here I have decided that I want to that's a PDF purchase to select all the drawing that will be purchased. So as you can see here, the one that are fabricated will be excluded. I also have a DXF for cutting. So it will only select the sheet of my drawing that I called DXF. I'm also going to create for my assembly some step file and also some DXF where I have some bands. So I believe I should have one. Yes, here it is. And finally, one PDF for the fabrication. So for the PDF for the fabrication, I'm going to basically merge all the drawings that are fabricated into one single PDF file. So now I'm going to start the conversion. So I can show you again the SharePoint is empty. So now I'm going to start the conversion, the file conversion, and this will take a bit of time because there are quite few file conversion rules that we are going to use. And yeah, so we can let it run for a bit.
Yeah, and Francois, just to fill the gap while this is running, can you maybe explain a little bit about benefits of using SharePoint and what is actually happening to a file when it's added to SharePoint?
Yeah, so quite good question. So one of the biggest advantage of SharePoint is that it's based on the cloud. So that means it can be accessed anywhere at any time. All you need is just a web browser that you mentioned on your introduction. This is especially useful for access on mobile devices. So SharePoint also benefits from always being up to date. So it's a centralized hub, putting everything in one easy to access location. So then regarding your other question, so what will happen when a file is added in SharePoint? So in SharePoint, you can create some workflows to automate the processes. So you will see, for example, when the conversion is completed here, so the document will be uploaded, and also SharePoint will send me an email notification. So I can show you here my email. So here I don't have anything, but you will see quite soon that I'm going to receive some notification. Also here, I'm going to use metadata of my SolidWorks documents to create a folder structure for the converted file. So this is just what you can do with CustomTools. So you will see that I can really organize how the files will be stored. So this can be also quite useful when sending some documents to SharePoint. Okay, so we are almost ready. Let's give it a few more seconds. Okay, so now I can go to SharePoint here. So here we can see that basically this here is my project. So here I have my DXF file. So I told you that I was also using some kind of like custom property value to really define how the folder structure should be built. So here I have my file that I'm going to bend. Here I have the cutting file. So here I have also asked CustomTools to basically store the files based on the material. Also, for each of those materials, I have the thickness here. So here I have the ones that are 2.5, and here I have the ones that are 5 millimeters. So here is what I have for the PDF, the DXF file, sorry. So we could check the PDF. So here I have the files that are fabricated here. So I just have like one PDF file, and here I have the components that will be purchased. So as you can see here, I have also a folder for each of my supplier here. So here where I just came and put the folder. Also, I could check if I have not yet received the email notification, but it will come quite soon. And here, finally, we have here the step where I have just defined how the file should be named. So here I have the file name, the description, and also here the revision.
I have a quick question here. So how do we actually add these files to SharePoint? Are we using like a local storage, or how is that done?
Yeah, so basically SharePoint uses OneDrive, so you can say that globally, you can say like goodbye to your local storage. So this allows you to save and also sync to SharePoint all your files by uploading them like on the cloud. So OneDrive reduces the need for local storage space, and it also ensures that you can access documents whenever you need them. Yeah, so you can also have control on the permission on OneDrive. So, for example, if you want to share some documents with your control, you can with a colleague, or a partner, you can also do it from SharePoint. So let me see here. The notification has not came yet, but I could go here to that. Let's return to that PDF what I had here. So here I could also use SharePoint if I want to send it to someone. So I could I could send it to myself, and here I'm just going to send some emails. So it's yeah, just like a OneDrive, which will be synced here with the SharePoint. Yeah.
Okay, very interesting. Can you show maybe in SolidWorks and CustomTools how this is actually set up?
Yeah, okay. So here, before I show that here, I just got the email notification here. That's the file that I have shared. So I could also open the document directly. So here we have the document that contains all the drawings that will be fabricated here. Okay. So this is what I did. So now I'm going to return to SolidWorks, and I will also show you, because I'm using also here PDM Professional. So I'm going to go to here, open the option, and I'm going to create a new customer, and also we are going to create a project for that customer. So here I'm going to we'll call it like the customer is called like CMOS production, and then I'm going to add a project for CMOS. So CMOS asked me to do a table here. We just put like a random number, and this is all what I need to do. So here I'm now going to start my design. So I need to do a bracket, let's say here. And I will open here the properties. So here I will save the first save the document. So here I will select here the project that I have just created, and CustomTools will take care of all the saving and creating the folder directly into PDM. So here I have my files. I can assign a right color if I want. I can also select a material here, a type. So I was working on my table. If this would be a part that I would need to purchase, I could select here and then select one of the suppliers that I would like to have. So now when I click on OK, what CustomTools will do, it will create automatically all the folder structure, generate like a file name. So this is a very basic name. If now I create a drawing for that part, okay, so I'm going to use the so this is automatically created. I could use the cutting profile. So this will basically add here one file, which I could also clean. I will have also some bends, as this needs to be bended. And basically my drawing is now ready, so I can save it here. And I can show you also here, if I return to PDM, if I now refresh here, so we can see that the files were automatically added. Here I have the table, and here I have my part and my drawing. So now I would like to, let's say that my table is ready, and I would like to send it to SharePoint. So here, as we are integrated to PDM, we can also use that. So I will use the exact same template. So here you can see that all the rules are selected by default, but as this is not like purchased, none of the drawing here is selected. So we just run the export. So this will once again do exactly the same thing as I did earlier. So I can return here to SharePoint. So we can see here that we have the table that was added. I have now the DXF file, so I believe the PDF will come soon. Here I have the one for the bending, and here I also have the one for the cutting. And if I return, let's see if now the PDF just came. Here I have the PDF that I need to manufacture.
So there is one question that I think of when I do something like this, and that is versioning. So if I have a new version of this bracket for CMOS production, then how is that handled in SharePoint?
Yes, so in speaking about version, like SharePoint automatically keeps a version of history. So you see here we have the version history. So not only this is useful for rolling back to an earlier version, you can also see who has contributed to the document over time. So it makes collaboration amongst colleagues or partner easier. So you see here, this was created by myself. Here we have the file, but let's return to SolidWorks here. And let's make some changes here to that part. So I'm going to, let's make some small change here. So here, I will add some hole here. So that's enough. So I have made some change here to my part. I'm now going to open the drawing made for that part so that I can also update the drawing here. So this was updated. Okay, so I'm going to save the drawing. And once again, I'm going to, basically, I'm going to go here and run the file conversion again here. So here, and this will also basically what I will do, I will always have the latest version of the file as the one that I can access from the web browser, but I can also go to the, navigate between the history. So if I open now here the part, we can see here that the hole that I've just added is now visible here. But if I would like to view the history, I can go here to the version history, and here we can see here that I can also access those different versions.
That is very cool. But what if now we are or sharing files to SharePoint, but what if I also have some files that I don't want to share to SharePoint in a print and convert?
Okay, yeah, so let's return to SolidWorks, and I'm going to open the options. And I'm going to create a new template. So I had this one already that was created when I did the test. We can just like remove it, but I'm going to create a new rule. So here I have a e-drawing. So that rule is already like synchronized with SharePoint, but I'm going to just create rules to convert my files to DXF here. So here it will be for the parts, and I'm going to ask CustomTools to just like store the file here. So I will also use the DXF. I can use, for instance, the material, and also have the thickness here. And then I'm going to have my part here. So this, we are going to use exactly the source file. And so here I have asked CustomTools to store that file where my drawing, where my part is located. And this one is also going to SharePoint. So now I can create a new template. So we can export to SharePoint and PDM. Then I'm going to select like which rule I want to use. So I will use the e-drawing and also the DXF. Okay. No, we are going to save it first. Yes, and then click OK. So now I'm going to return to the print and convert. So I believe now we have the version that I have, the template, sorry, that I have just created. So here I have the two rules that were automatically selected. So if I click on OK, so the e-drawing files will be stored automatically into SharePoint, and the DXF will go to my PDM folder. So you can really drive like where the file should be stored. So it's very easy if you need to share, if you want some of the files to stay within the engineering team, you can store them on the vault. If you want to share them with the production or other people, you can put them where you want. So you see here we have the e-drawing file that I have just created. And if I open here my vault, so here I can refresh now the folder. Here I have my DXF. Here I have the material that was used to drive the folder location, thickness, and here I have the DXF that I have created.
That's very cool. What about, did we get anything on the SharePoint? I didn't notice that.
Let me check if I got some notification. I don't know why I did not get the notification, but I could show you also here. If I go to SharePoint, you see I could also have, in SharePoint, you have what's called some kind of like, you have the Power Automate where you can create some, you see, you could request some approval for a selected file. So you can create like different like workflows. So it's very easy to define some rules to really automate the sharing. So it also depends how your SharePoint is configured. So some of the, like SharePoint can be closed so that it can only be used within the company, or then it can also be open so that you can share some documents outside your company. So it really depends how you do the setup, but everything can be configured in SharePoint. Yeah, I could also show you the search. So you see, this is basically, you can search for pretty much anything. So it's not, let's say, the most exciting feature of SharePoint, but it can be handy if you need to search for something. So as with any portal that has many users, sometimes it can be difficult to find some of the files. So here I could search, for example, for, you see, I know like here, Acme was some, no, I don't have that like fabrication. Let me search for some files. I just need to remember some of the file. Yeah. Let me check here what we have that I could search. Yes, I could search for the, you see here, if I just want to search for the table, so you can really search like for the files, or then it automatically like filters to whatever you want to see here. So yeah. So the search can be quite powerful. Yeah. Yeah, so this is basically all what I had to show you today. So I can let you, I can embed, you can take over the screen, team, and you can conclude that webinar.
Yeah, I will try and figure out if I can somehow take that. Based on, we have like this yearly customer service, and based on that, 96% of our CustomTools users would recommend CustomTools to other SolidWorks users. And we are really proud of that number. So we hope that you are among those. If you are not, then we hope that you will become among that number very soon. As Francois said, this was all for today's webinar. Our next webinar will be about getting your SOLIDWORKS composer data published online to share with your customers, for instance, for having a spare parts shop set up. This is going to take place on the 14th of January, same time as today. So thank you and have a nice day.
We are in the life-saving business. We kill your routines before they kill you.